Here with Lance Brauman, Coach. No Lyles many more. What do you? I know you got a lot of guys in this meet right here. What are you kind of seeing for each of them?
Well, I mean, it's a good opportunity this close to the summer and to the trials to kind of really see where we're at and see what we need to do to put the finishing touches on before we go to the trials. But you know, weather holds and it's a great place to run. So you know, pretty optimistic about how it's going to happen.
And what were your impressions? Noah's race in Jamaica. I know it got a lot of attention. Really fast times.
Yeah, ran well. 9:85 for him this time of year is really good for where we're at in training. I'm pleased. You know, take nothing away from Oblique. He ran a great race, so you know you have those every once in a while. And you know the thing about it, especially with him, is that you know it's sometimes good to get out there, and, you know, see some competition and know that you know there's still things to work on. It's you know still room to get better. So looking forward to the rest of the summer based off of how the race went, but also understanding that you know there's room to improve.
Yeah. As far as like Wayde's progress right now, how are you feeling about him and like what he's ready to do and something?
Yeah, you know, Wayde hasn't run an open 4 yet, so this will be his opener. And you know, like I said before, pretty optimistic on how things are going to happen. He's in really good shape. It's just a matter of you know getting out there, getting a first race rust off of him, and you know hopefully setting things up just so that we can see you know with him what we're working towards going into the games because he's already made us there.
Yeah, as far as Dream, I couldn't get too much out of him in terms of his event. He looks like he's trying to keep his options open. Anything in your head, or are you just going to let the races play out?
We're letting the races play out and just going to, you know, when that time comes, he's got the opportunity to kind of, you know, pick what he wants to run when it comes to that time of year. And, you know, we'll wait and see how everything lines up and where his best opportunity to medal could be.
Yeah, and Noah touched on this, but he said for the 4x1, the chemistry was unbelievable at World Relays, and that was something that's probably more important than just the raw speed involved on the guys. I know you coached teams before on this. Like when U.S. is kind of making that decision, how much should they play into like how these guys interact, how they've worked together in the past, things like that?
Well, I mean, chemistry does matter. As far as who they run, what they run, you know, a lot of that will be determined at the trials as well. Because you got to wait and see who's making the team. That's what makes this a little bit harder when it comes to relays, in my opinion. But at the same time, most of these guys have, you know, they've done a good job of trying to work different orders and work together throughout the spring. And you know, once it comes to that, then you know, it's you know, sometimes it's good that I don't have to coach those events because you know you're going to have to make some hard decisions that some people are not going to be very happy with. But at the same time, you know, that's their job, and it's a USA relay team. It's not a individuals relay team.
And just in terms of this Netflix documentary Sprint, a lot of excitement for it. I know watching it with being a coach, are you looking at sort of what other programs are? Or do you kind of like, are you going to consume it, or are you going to kind of let it kind of sit outside because you want to be in front of it in terms of looking at it?
Yeah, I watched it. I watched the first 2 episodes that they showed last night at the premiere, but you know, we do what we do. I mean, I've always been that way with the people that I coach. We have a philosophy and something that we believe in and something that we work towards. And, you know, the history of the program's proven that it you know, has people ready when it matters the most. So you don't really want to get caught up trying to change something that, you know, you don't know where it's going to fit in your program.
Obviously, the wind might be an issue here with the legal time, so I don't want to say the time you can really lock anything in, but what are you trying to look for Noah? Like, he's 19.56. Is he any steps?
He's in really good shape. He's proven that already. You know, he's fit. He should run fast as far as times go. Those kind of get dictated by the weather, so I'm not really too concerned with times right this minute, but I would be surprised if it wasn't pretty quick.
And I'd say another thing I see with Noah, he really works through the rounds well, tends to run his best race in that final. How do you, when you look at your program and how you're preparing him, how do you kind of ensure your guys don't have the one-offs, great runs during the season, but then at the final they're a little tired or they're a little off their game, but they're PBing in that, or getting seasonal best in that last race?
Well, I mean, just like, you know, any good program, they should, you know, peak at the races that matter the most. We try to run fast every time we get on the track, obviously, but at the same time, you know, you have to peak for championships. And, you know, like I said before, the history of the program's proven that we have a pretty good track record of doing those things. And, you know, we train pretty hard during the year, and they run those early races under a pretty hard load. And then we just, you know, scale back and fine tune and get ready for those big championships. But what we've done during the year should, you know, hold over, you know, and like I said, hold over through an entire summer.
I appreciate it.
Yep, thanks. Yep.